morning. My name is Inês Silva Araújo. I'm part of the Connect for Climate team, and we are here from the Planet Week Digital Media Zone, where we are fostering conversations focused on the four thematic areas of the G7 Climate, Energy and Environmental meeting in Torino. And I am pleased to be here today with Angelica De Vito. Welcome, Angelica.
Thank you so much.
You are a diplomatic advisor at the United Nations focused on climate displacement and climate migrations. Can you tell us a bit more about your journey and what led you to focus your work on the topic of climate migrations?
So after my graduation in law in Naples, I won the scholarship Fulbright. And thanks to the Fulbright, I was able to travel a lot, and I moved to the US, where I was able to focus on human rights and environmental law, which was something completely new according to my background. And at Pace University, I had the honor of having several professors that were also working at the UN. And so they helped me to find a way to discover a path that is linking human rights and environmental law. So after 2 months at university, I won the externship at the UN, and I started working with the permanent mission of Costa Rica, and they were working on a resolution regarding the health environment. And through that, I was able to have a little bit more in details information about migration and the new path, especially from South America. And thanks to that, I decided to bring all the knowledge that I acquired in the US, in Italy, and discovering more about my land, because I'm from Naples, and we saw a lot of displacement due to Terra dei Fuochi, which is one of the main issues we have, and it's, of course, related to the healthy environment. So that's how I started. But my background in Naples is mainly focused on migration, since my city, it's a little bit of a melting pot, so it was very interesting.
Thank you, and there's indeed a direct relation between the climate crisis we're living and the current migrations that we are also seeing, and we know that there will be an increase over the next years. I wanted to, so I know that you are passionate about the role of young people to drive climate action, and earlier this week you were one of the facilitators for one of our flagship events, the Youth for Innovation, Design Thinking for Climate Action event. You were the facilitator for the working group on climate action, and I wanted to ask you what were the key insights from the different conversations that you had. You were also able to connect with young people from different corners of the world. So I wanted to check if you have key insights, takeaways, and what do you think are the next steps after this ALFTA event that brought together so many ideas and exchanges?
So the experience was extremely interesting because I was the only one that had a background in law. Mainly the students were from engineer side, so it was fascinating. So the table was divided basically into groups. I had on my left side people that were graduating in economics and engineering, and on the other side I had a fantastic group of artists. So the conversation was very colorful. We mainly talk about how new technologies can help in tackling climate change, and how we should bring some notions of awareness and ethics while we are talking of new technologies. And of course, because that's my background, I was trying to push them in the direction of underlining the importance of human rights and people when we are talking about climate change, and how climate change is calling for youth to step in and having a new leader role, especially in having new solutions. And I think that the B7, Y7, and G7s are the main way they have to express themselves. So it was extremely interesting.
Thank you, and I think that's the perfect segue for our next question. I know that you connect with young people on your daily job or daily work. How do you view the role of youth in advancing climate solutions? And of course, by climate solutions, we also mean driving real climate action on the ground at the local level. How do you see the role of youth on this?
When I'm talking to people which are younger than me, I felt that I'm a little bit older regarding my age, because their ideas, their energy are inspiring me every day. And I see that at the first place, especially movements like Friday for Future or New Generations, they were very upset, you know, especially with the governments and how the policymakers are not underlining very well the problem of climate change. So what I saw is that at the first place they were just upset, but now they're stepping in with new solutions, and their solutions are completely brand new and underlining how they are not able to see and envisage the future of themselves. So they're trying to give us real solution and new point of view that that are still able to inspire us. So I think that their world has to become our world. And sometimes that's why I say probably I'm too old, because they have ideas that I didn't have when I was 20 or 21. I'm 28 now, so I feel that I'm, you know, becoming part of the old generation, but I need their inspiration. I need to talk to them. So I think they can really change our point of view.
That's a really nice perspective, especially I think we've heard many times talking about this sense of moving from protests to actual proposals. So that's a super important point. To finalize, I know that you are attending the B7 and you will continue these different conversations with youth. What would be your message of empowerment to young people, not only in Torino now, but also watching us across the globe? What would be your advice for them to get more engaged, to be part of these conversations?
So my advice is to have more courage, being constant in giving ideas and using all the tools we have right now, especially social media. We saw that social media are such a powerful tools if they are well used, but they can also be a bad weapon if they are not managed very well. So my advice is to study, be curious, and giving proposal that can really affect different points of view in a good way, using the tools we have right now, internet, social media, trying to be update and giving us a positive point of view and how we can really make the change thanks to them.
Thank you so much, Angelica.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure for me to be here with you. And speaking of curiosity, I would like to invite everyone watching us online to continue to tune in for our digital media conversations, and make sure that you engage by following Connect for Climate social media channels, but also using the hashtag to foster a conversation online, using the hashtag Planet Week. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Angelica.
Inês. Thank you so much.